John Krasinski played the hilarious Jim Halpert on The Office. Now he's a movie director too. He directed the Quiet Place movies, and now he directs today's movie, the kids' movie If, that is meant for giving parents a quiet place while this movie distracts their kids. Will this movie accomplish that mission? Stay tuned on this episode of Movies Merica Live.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to Movies Merica Live. And this is a If version of Movies Merica Live today. And as always, I am your humble host, Van Eberts, and I will be your museum curator, tour guide, ski instructor, whatever you want to call me. I know that makes absolutely zero sense given the context of what we're talking about here today. But I will be spoiler-free reviewing John Krasinski's kid movie If today. But first off, I want to welcome my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. Okay, so glad you guys could join us. And also, just to remind you here that you can live chat with me about If or any other movies that you can think of while I'm doing this show. And you can live chat with me through Rumble, through Pilled, through YouTube, and I'll keep a watchful eye on the live chat so that I can respond to you. And then if you live chat with me on YouTube or Rumble, I could put your live chat right up here, okay, up on the screen. You know, unless in a live chat you say, whatever you do, Van, don't put my live chat on screen, then I won't, okay? So I respect that, okay? All right, so let's get into If right here, because that's what you guys are here to hear about, right? And this is a movie written and directed by John Krasinski, okay? Not just directed, but written, okay? So this is John Krasinski. This is Jim Halpert from The Office's baby right here, okay? And I imagine he probably wanted to make this movie for his kids because I'm pretty sure him and Emily Blunt, you know Emily Blunt from Oppenheimer and then The Fall Guy that just came out a couple weeks ago. They are married. I'm pretty sure they have kids. So maybe you wanted to, direct and write this kids movie If for his kids and your kids too. So yeah, the plot of this really is that you have this little girl, and at the beginning of the movie, they show that she's got a mom and a dad. Well, tragedy strikes, and she's got one of her parents left, and for some reason, she has been given this, I guess, gift to be able to see everybody else's, like every other kid's imaginary friend. So not just her imaginary friend, as kids, some of us had imaginary friends. Maybe I did too. I just can't remember what the imaginary friend's name was or anything like that. Maybe it was the name Pennywise keeps popping into my head. I don't know. Maybe that was my imaginary friend. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm so messed up right now. So, but yeah, some of us had imaginary friends. And so in the movie If, the main kid character named B has this ability to see not just her imaginary friend, but everyone's imaginary friends. And so that's why you're on this poster there. All those little characters right there, those are people's imaginary friends, and she could see them. And so she ends up deciding that she wants to be able to help these imaginary friends reconnect with their adults, or like with their human beings, that as kids, those human beings saw these creatures as their imaginary friends. Well, Of course, they're humans. They grew up, they grew out of being a little kid anymore, and they didn't need them as imaginary friends. So these imaginary friends are just trying to connect with their humans again. And so since she can see all of them and she is in the real world, she wants to be able to help, kind of get them reconnected. And so that's the main premise of the movie. And then Ryan Reynolds is a guy that just happens to know everything that's going on. He hangs out with the imaginary friends, and he just knows the whole world of imaginary friends. And so he's kind of her tour guide at the beginning, and then as the movie wears on, he's pretty much kind of like her accomplice, right, in the plot or the mission to reconnect these imaginary friends with their humans. And then in the background, her dad, played by John Krasinski in this, so he doesn't just direct and write the movie. He also has a small part in the movie as her dad, and he's going through some medical issues. And so that's just kind of adding to the drama that is in the movie If. And so it's, trying to be a fun little movie with musical numbers and, creatures that, the kids are going to like and that kind of thing. And so it's trying to be a harmless movie and whatnot, but it's one of those movies where it's trying, but it just didn't succeed. Okay, all right. It tried to make this great big old sweet dive off the high diving board, and it ended up just slapping its belly, just belly flopping right into the pool in its attempt to be this new heartwarming, funny kids movie out there. So it just doesn't really pull it off. And so John Krasinski, he tried, but in this case, yeah, he definitely failed in this. And so that's too bad. That's too bad with this. I mean, I did like his Quiet Place movies that he did, and this is his third directorial effort, but he just didn't pull it off. And I think my biggest takeaway from this is that Krasinski was just trying too hard to be Steven Spielberg. I mean, he even has the same cinematically muddled, prominent light illuminating the particles in the air during this particular scene with an elderly woman dancing as she remembers herself as a little girl, as a dancer when she was a little girl. And so it's just kind of one of those Spielbergian moments. And it's basically it's just shameless Spielberg. But that's not the only close encounter with Spielberg you'll see in If. He even uses Spielberg's longtime cinematographer, Janusz Kaminski, which explains a lot. Okay, so if you watch most, if not all, Steven Spielberg movies, you'll see Janusz Kaminski as his cinematographer. And I guess John Williams wasn't available to do the score for If. John Krasinski had to go with Michael Giacchino instead, and you would have just heard Michael Giacchino do the score for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes that I spoiler-free reviewed last week. And in the latest Batman movie, The Batman, Michael Giacchino scored that one. So he does a score for this one. And the score for this is just not really anything to write home about. The movie doesn't have the magic that many of Spielberg's early movies had, like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Raiders of the Lost Ark and E.T. It's not for lack of trying, but I think we've all seen the movie tropes that Krasinski used too many times. Like the quick shots of a mysterious figure just catching the eye of our main character, B, that's the little girl that you see there in the poster. Then, of course, she's the only one that can see the imaginary friends of other people when they were kids. And then you have this phenomenon that's going on in this movie. I don't know what is up with that, but it's this common occurrence of people tripping for a cheap laugh. Okay, and you'll notice that it seems like every few minutes, if maybe even more frequent than that, just everyone's just kind of, oh, I tripped over something. Oh my God, and it just got really annoying. Every 30 seconds, like I said, someone's tripping on something to I guess keep scenes from getting boring. Trust me, it didn't work. That is for sure. So, all right. Well, let me just take a minute here to let you guys all know about our Till Death Podcast Network website there. That's the tdpn.locals.com website that you see up there at the very top. And you may be asking yourself, why is this guy even mentioning that? Like, what is that website? Well, that is our website where we here at the Till Death Podcast Network that that Movies America is part of. We have all our great content there. It's videos and blogs and articles all about everything from movies and TV and entertainment and politics and hot button topics of the day, music, even booze. We got cocktail recipes on there. And it's presented to you in a format, in a way that you're not going to find anywhere else, okay? And as you see right now, down below, if you put in promo code TDPN when you go to tdpn.locals.com, you are going to get 1 month free membership. That's right. I didn't stutter. 1 month free membership to tdpn.locals.com. That gives you carte blanche. Okay, you get free reign. You get VIP access to everything on tdpn.locals.com. Okay, so get ready to feel like a big shot, all right? And then after that 1 month free membership, which will probably seem to go pretty fast, it's only going to be $3 measly after that per month minimum. Just $3, okay? Now, you can always donate more if you want, if you're feeling particularly generous, okay? But yeah, it's just $3, which is nothing. What, a box of Twinkies? Well, I don't know. In this Biden-inflation era, maybe a half a box of Twinkies nowadays, but still pretty cheap. Okay, relatively cheap in the grand scheme of things. And yeah, it's going to give you full access, free reign to tdpn.locals.com. All right, so check it out. All right, and then also make sure to like this episode by hitting that like button down there. Just smash that like button. Just drop kick that like button down there, okay? And then while you're down there smashing buttons anyway, if you haven't already, smash that follow button or subscribe button on this channel to follow the Movies America channel or subscribe to the Movies America channel. Okay, now if you're already following or subscribing, don't hit that button again because that'll unsubscribe or unfollow you. Okay, so and then if you like direct message me on X under Movies America and you tell me, hey, knucklehead, I followed you on Rumble or I followed you on X or Facebook or Pilled, follow me back, chucklehead. Well, then I will. Okay, so because if you scratch my back, I'm gonna scratch yours. Okay, so I will follow you back, but you got to let me know. I mean, if you don't tell me, how am I going to be in the know? How am I going to know that you followed me? Okay, so I will return the favor. Okay, so and then also if you're not watching live right now, where you can't live chat with me, say you're watching this in 5 years or something like that. Well, hey, get in the comment section down below. Comment to me, okay? Throw a comment down there. Let me know. Hey, I like how you really do this in your episodes, or I hate how you do that in your episodes. Okay, so any constructive criticism is very welcome here at Movies America Incorporated. Okay, or if you want to let me know of a movie that you want me to review. Now, keep in mind, make sure it's a movie that more than you and 3 other people are going to appreciate a spoiler-free review for. Okay, don't recommend I spoiler-free review Belly Button Lint the motion picture. Okay, it's going to be me. It's going to be you and maybe a couple other people that want to see that review. Give me a movie that you feel a lot of people are going to want to tune in for a review of that movie. Okay, so keep that in mind. But that's the only restriction. Okay, but yeah, all that to say is get in the comments down below. Okay, and yeah, if you're watching this later on, if you're watching the recording of this, appreciate it. How you doing? Good to see you. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. All right, so let's talk more about If here. What do you say? Okay, and I gotta say, there really isn't a good performance in If. Ryan Reynolds is, well, Ryan Reynolds. He does his typical Ryan Reynolds snarky quipping and scolding. It's like they told him, Mr. Reynolds, just be Wade Wilson, but without the F-bombs and the dirty references. Thank you. Reynolds just doesn't have much acting range, or at least if he does, he hardly ever shows it. I mean, you could check out movies of Ryan Reynolds, like the movie Buried, or Definitely Maybe, to see the rare instances where he really puts in maximum effort into his acting. And then you have Cailey Fleming as B. She's the main child role, or child performer in this. And she's serviceable in this. I mean, she does a lot of smirking. That's one thing I noticed about that. And I mean, I'll never be too hard on child actors, but she is given a monologue towards the end that she doesn't quite pull off. Now, she does sell her character getting along with all the imaginary friends, and her acting convinces me her character is having fun in this movie. Now, Krasinski, as her dad, hands down, has the cringiest scene in the movie, where he's just trying to be charming and fun by dancing with a IV pole that he has connected to him in the hospital. And he's got this mop head connected to the IV pole. And so he's just pretending to be dancing with this IV pole, and B and the nurse in the room, they just have to constantly make the "oh, you crazy guy, you" expressions for what seems like eternity. It's just a most cringeworthy scene in it. Okay. And it's a good thing I didn't have any sharp objects in my immediate vicinity to use on myself during said scene. The movie also, of course, has famous actors voicing the various imaginary friends. The most prominent imaginary friends, Blue and Blossom, are voiced by Steve Carell and Phoebe Waller-Bridge, respectively. Now, Krasinski apparently didn't get the memo that Phoebe Waller-Bridge is cinematic failure in human form. Just look no further than Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny for proof of that. Now, as far as the other imaginary friends, guessing whose voice was behind each imaginary friend was about the only thing in If that was of any interest. You know, it's kind of fun just listening to the voices of all the imaginary friends and going, that voice sounds familiar. Who is that? Oh, I bet that's Jon Stewart. Okay, and who's that other voice right there? Oh, that sounds a lot like Bradley Cooper. So it's kind of that whole operation right there. Now, Krasinski shouldn't have limited all those actors to just voicing those characters. He really should have ran the script by them to maybe get some entertaining ideas, if only. I'll tell you. So if only he could have done that right there. Okay, so all right. So let me do this here. I'm going to switch it up here a little bit and just play you a video from our relatively recent Bannies Award episode that we had for the Till Death Podcast Network. Now, the Bannies are our version of the Oscars and the Emmys and Golden Globes, but we just call them the Bannies. And you should really check out our channels, like the Till Death Podcast Network channel on YouTube. Well, actually, don't look at that one, because that's the sorry, stupid, sanitized for our protection version of the Bannies. You should really go check out, I believe, on either Movies Merica or the Whiskey Capitalist the Movies Merica or the Till Death Podcast Network channel on Rumble or Pilled, or maybe the Movies America channel on Pilled there as well. I think we have it in multiple places, but yeah, look for the Bannies episode. Just search for the Bannies on any of those platforms, and it'll come right up there for you. But just to entice you, okay, to tease you into checking out the Bannies, I just wanted to show you one of the commercials that we had on the Bannies. Because, when you're watching the Oscars or the Grammys, they have, commercials that play during that. And so here's just one of the commercials that we had during our Bannies.
Ever have a house guest that just won't go away? Are you constantly swatting at some annoying fly? Well, that's just like COVID. You want it to go away. Well, your friends at Fuchs Pharmacies have the cure for your COVID relief needs. Introducing MyoCardex. MyoCardex provides a sudden wave of relief from out of nowhere that'll drop you to your knees. You won't have any more problems to worry about with one dose of MyoCardex. No more house guests, no more flies, no more anything.
All right, that's all you get. So that's what we call a tease. All right. So if you want to see the rest of that commercial and all the other commercials and movie trailer parodies that we have, and then the bannies themselves with all the award categories, we had like the most banned sports figure, the most banned news personality. Those are some of our award categories for the bannies. Yeah, just go on Rumble or Pilled or X and just search for the Bannies. So Bannies spelled Bannys, the Bannies. All right, so check that out. All right, so you know what? I'm getting a little thirsty over here, and so that's always my cue that it's time for a little brew review time. All right, so let me introduce you to today's brew, and that is going to be some Brewdog Punk IPA, and I'm going to try to hold that up there so I don't, and not drop it at the same time. So a little Brewdog Punk IPA, and this is a West Coast IPA, and it's brewed by Brewdog that originally was out of Scotland, I believe, and so that's where their headquarters is at, but they have like breweries all over the world, like Columbus, Ohio, and Australia and all that. But yeah, again, this is a West Coast IPA. And yes, it's got like a ferocious fusion of unbridled hops and nefarious malt. Okay. Now I'm making this beer sound sinister, but it's not that. It's just a really good West Coast IPA. Okay. And disclaimer, I'm not getting any money from Brewdog for this. So it's a totally unbiased, totally objective opinion. Okay, I'm not getting 1 red cent from Brewdog. I just happen to like this Punk IPA, West Coast IPA here. And you might taste a little pine in this, but most undoubtedly you'll definitely taste like some citrus, some lime in this, along with the tasty version of some bitterness. Okay. And don't worry, the bitterness is a tasty version. It's a good version. Okay, it's the version that you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I see what they're doing. This is really good, very very delicious. Okay, and yeah, this is not just a boring old just passing the time West Coast IPA. So it's gonna basically just be an explosion to your taste buds. Okay, and it rocks in at 7.5 alcohol 7.5 ABV, which stands for alcohol by volume. Okay, so but enough of me yapping about it. I'm just going to take a drink off this right here because that's what I've been waiting to do this whole time. I'm yapping. Okay, or I've been yapping. So here we go. All right, very good stuff. So yeah, check out some Brewdog Punk IPA there. And you may not be able just to, drive down to your local grocery store or your local Gas and Gulp. You'll probably have to go someplace like, drizzly.com. That's spelled DRIZLY.com, or gopuff.com. That's GOPUFF, gopuff.com, or Open Bar. That's an app on your phone. And I'm not getting any money from those platforms, those apps either there. I just want to give you a way to get your hands on some Brewdog Punk IPA. Okay, so just like I was able to get it. Now I have the advantage of living in a bigger metropolitan area, and where I have like a Total Wine and More store. And if you've ever been in a Total Wine and More store, there's like a beer selection beyond belief in there. But if you live in Mayberry, if you live in a one stoplight town, you're probably not going to be able to get your hands on some Punk IPA just down at the local convenience store. So check those locations out to get yourself some of this beer right there. All right, everybody, that has been Brew Review Time. All right, and now just some random thoughts about if I may, right there. So this is the lowest opening box office weekend for any of John Krasinski's movies. Now, if you see this, you'll understand why. If even got beat out by Krasinski's A Quiet Place Part 2 that was released in 2021, closer to the scam-demic time when many Americans wet themselves about the very prospect of leaving their homes to go see a movie. So there were many Americans that were standing in a puddle, but it wasn't raining when anybody even broached the subject of them leaving the house. Look no further than Howard Stern. Okay, so I mean, Lester Holt and the other news talking heads had them, people like Howard Stern, good and scared. And then plus A Quiet Place Part 2, that movie was PG-13. So it had a more limited audience than the PG-rated If. So A Quiet Place Part 2 had all those roadblocks, all those barriers working against it, and it still made more money in its opening weekend than this movie did this weekend. And we're well past the scam-demic at this point. So just bad word of mouth and lukewarm critical reception is my guess. That's my estimation as far as why the box office was in the toilet for If, okay? And then another random thought was I didn't get what was happening when B would get an adult to remember their imaginary friend, and then the imaginary friend would just start glowing. So now, does the glowing mean that their adult will now see them all the time and now they're going to hang out, like they did when they were kids? Does it just take their adult seeing them once to get them to glow, and then their adult is just going to blow them off again? I have questions. And then another just random thought is it was bittersweet to hear Louis Gossett Jr.'s voice in this as the elderly imaginary friend, imaginatively named Louis, okay? And this was Louis Gossett Jr.'s last movie, and his voice unfortunately didn't sound like I remember his voice sounding in An Officer and a Gentleman. Of course, that came out back in 1982, and then Iron Eagle, which came out in 1985 or 86, I forget. But yeah, rest in peace, Louis Gossett Jr., or as I'll always remember him, Colonel Chappie Sinclair from Iron Eagle. Okay, so and yeah, let me know in the live chat there if you appreciated Louis Gossett Jr. in Iron Eagle, or An Officer and a Gentleman, or any other movies that you might have seen him in. So right there, but yeah, Louis Gossett Jr., a movie legend, that is for sure. So, and yeah, I see Purple Pumpkin in the live chat. Thank you for joining the show. Good to see you here. And yeah, they make a point here. Good point. Ticket prices are way too high, as well as movies being woke stupid. So, and yeah, he's right. I can't argue. I can't argue with them. He or she. I can't tell if you're a he or she. But we'll just go with Purple Pumpkin. Yeah, it's you're right. Ticket prices are way too high for the movies. Now, to counter that point, I would do like what I do. So I have a Regal Cinema. That's like one of the prominent movie chains that are around me. I do what they call Regal Unlimited, where I just pay $19 a month, and then you can watch, as the title implies, Regal Unlimited. You can watch the unlimited amount of movies for $19 for yourself. Okay. Now, if you have kids, well, then you're gonna have to buy a Regal Unlimited for this kid, and then a Regal Unlimited for that kid, and whatnot. But if you see a lot of movies, I mean, let's say you see 2 movies a month with your kids. If you go to the movies for two movies a month, you're already paying that Regal Unlimited is already paying for itself. AMC has an equivalent program that you could use. Cinemark, has their program where you just pay like 19, 20, 21 bucks a month. And you can see unlimited movies, and then you're not stuck paying 15 bucks a movie, to go see that right there. Because if you don't know about those programs and you're going out there and you're plunking 15 bucks per movie, I wouldn't go see the movies. So just to let you know, just keep you in the know there, Purple Pumpkin. And maybe you already knew this, but and if you already knew this, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to anybody else that just didn't know about those programs like Regal Unlimited. That's a smart way to go, in this time of higher movie prices and Bidenflation and all that stuff. That's what I do right there, because I sure as hell I'm not going to go out there and plunk down 15 bucks for every movie. I do Regal Unlimited, Cinemark. I forget what their program is, but yeah, if you just Google Cinemark, you'll find what their unlimited movie program is, and AMC's unlimited movie program and all that stuff. So, and yeah, you're right. I mean, are a lot of movies that are woke, but there also are a lot of movies that aren't woke, and that's one of the things that I do with my spoiler-free reviews is I warn people of any woke that is in the movie or any of the movies that I spoiler-free review right there. So, all right, let's do this here. But yeah, great comments there, Purple Pumpkin. Appreciate that. So, and all right, let's check out. I want to make sure I don't miss any other live chats right there. Agent X6 over here on Rumble. Good to see you there. And Agent X6 saying, "What's up? What's up?" Good to see you there, Agent X6 here on the show. Appreciate you joining the show. All right, so let me do this here. I just want to let you guys know about a great sponsor that we have here on Movies America. I'm glad that they're part of the Movies America family, but don't take my word for it. All right, so I'm not going to tell you about them. I'm going to let them tell you about themselves. Flip City Magazine, here we go.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
All right, so yeah, grab yourself some Flip City Magazine right there. I mean, you think back to a Mad Magazine and Crack Magazine back in the day that you would, pick up to get yourself some good chuckles, or, maybe if you got a good issue, it would just make you laugh so much you just, pee your pants right then and there. Well, unfortunately, Mad Magazine and Cracked, they've both gone woke, okay? They got absorbed, assimilated into the woke Borg, but you know what? We have some relief. We have a magazine that has one priority and one priority only, and that is to crack you up, okay? And just to show you, I got my Flip City Magazine right here, and man, does it feel good to just have this magazine where I can just open it up. I can feel it in my hands and whatnot. It's not just some article online or something like that, so I can just open it up and check it out and see just all the great artwork and that kind of thing. So check that out. Just isn't that great? Just to have something tangible that you can hold right there. Just love it. So just check out that great artwork. So grab yourself some Flip City, everybody. All right. Okay. So, and then also, hey, just let me tell you about Movies America Spoiler Warning, my show that is every Thursday night. Okay. Every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, and 4 Pacific time. Okay. And my Movies America spoiler warning show here, it's the show where I get all spoilery and spoil you rotten about the movie that I spoiler-free review on the previous Sunday. So right now, this is Sunday, right? I'm spoiler-free reviewing If. So I'll give you a chance to guess what movie that I will be spoilery talking about this Thursday night. Give you 3, 2, 1. Yeah, If that's the movie that I'll be spoiler heavy discussing this Thursday night on Movies America spoiler warning again this Thursday night. So check that out there, and then if you can't check it out live, just watch it later on, or if you really want to help me out, just fire up like another tab on your Chrome, on your web browser, like Chrome or Edge or Firefox or whatever you use for a web browser. Just fire up another tab and just turn on Movies America spoiler warning on that tab and just mute it. Okay, if you want to help me out, but you also don't want to have the movie spoiled for you. Okay, and that still counts as you watching the show, but also the movie doesn't get spoiled for you. So it's a win-win situation. So yeah, if you do that, if you just watch the show, especially if you watch the show live, I will. I mean, you're going to get all kinds of praise. So don't miss out on that. So yeah, check out Movies America spoiler warning this Thursday night. And then if you have anybody that you even slightly suspect would want to check out that show, or the show here on Sunday afternoons that you're watching right now, either live or a recording of it, yeah, let them know about this show. Just check out send them the link to the Movies America page on Rumble or Pilled or X or YouTube, and basically that's a quick access way for them to see when the episodes are on. All right, so and then I see Asian X6 over on the Pilled side there. When woke really, really matters right there. So with the diversity hire herself, Corinne Jean-Pierre there. So there we go. Truly is a diversity hire if you've ever seen it right there. You see how she does her job. You're like, how did they hire her? Oh, that's right. She checks off a bunch of boxes. That's right. So, hey, Shawnee Mack in the house saying, what's up? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. What's up to you? Good to see you. Glad you could join the show right there. Hopefully I'm keeping you entertained. All right. So, all right, we're going to move on with the show right here. So much to talk about here with If right there. But like I was mentioning here earlier to Purple Pumpkin, I have a segment here that talks about whether a movie is woke. And that is is this a woke after school special? If I could say that right. Let's start that from the beginning. Is this a woke after school special? And referring to If, not that I could tell. Now, to be honest with you, I was expecting some sort of let's start that again, man. I'm having too many punk IPAs apparently. But with the movie If, I was expecting some sort of just be a squishy pushover and accept/tolerate anybody's psychotic behavior, even those marching in parades, shaking their twig and berries in front of your traumatized kids allegory involving the imaginary friends. But amazingly enough, there was none of that. Okay. I mean, a lot of, you have a lot of kid movies where they try to sneak in, a little not so subliminal, a lesson, they want to teach you how to live life. Nobody knows how to live life better than, people in Hollywood, apparently, or at least they think so, right? These people, they don't even, they no longer live in the real world, but they put it on themselves to teach you how to live your life there, young man. Okay. But yeah, there is none of that in If right there. So that is one feather in If's cap right there, is at least there isn't any woke in it. So it is not a woke after school special whatsoever. So yeah, Purple Pumpkin, this movie is not woke, but there's plenty of other reasons not to go see this movie. Okay. This is a movie you should not go to the theater, okay, to go see. unless you have like one of those programs like Regal Unlimited or AMC's Unlimited movie watching, option there. If you've already watched a couple of good movies, and so that program's already paid for itself, this month, then you know what, hey, if you got kids and you want to, take them to a movie that's gonna, keep them entertained, them entertained while you catch some Z's in the movie theater. Hey, then yeah, definitely go check out If right there. But at least you don't have to worry about it being woke. Okay, so thank God, right? There's nothing worse than you going out to a movie and the whole experience
Crash and burn, huh, Mav?
just because you inadvertently chose a movie that just turned into this big woke lesson right there. Okay. All right. So let me just take this minute here to remind you that, hey, if you appreciate what I'm doing here enough, warning you off of terrible movies, warning you away from woke movies enough to throw a buck or two my way. Hey, well, the way to do that is if you're checking me out on Pilled, you can give me what's called gold pills. All right. Or if you're on Rumble, you can give me what's called a Rumble rant. And the way you give me a Rumble rant is down by where you type in your live chat message. You just got to click that button with the $sign on it. And then if you're on YouTube and you want to show me a little financial appreciation, you can give me what's called a super chat. And that is just a matter of clicking on the button that has a dollar bill down by where you type in your live chat. And just picking out, if you want to give me a buck or two or however much you want. Now, that's only if you feel like doing it. I am not going to guilt trip you into throwing any money my way. To be honest with you, I just have a good time doing this and helping you guys out, with warning you away from the movies. Okay, just having the opportunity to do that is reward enough for me. But if you think that, Van would appreciate a little financial love here so that I can go out there and, grab myself, a Snickers bar here, a Twix bar there, maybe some extra beer. I gotta buy brew, for the brew review time right there. So that's if you donate any money my way, that's pretty much gonna go into my beer brew fund right there. So so that's how you throw some dollar bills my way if you so choose right there. But so my final thoughts about If is I kind of mentioned this before. Don't go and see this at a theater. If you are in a position where you got to plunk down $15 for you and another $15 for your kid and another $15 for your second kid and then another $15 for your spouse, don't go see it if you got to do that. Okay, you can wait for it to come on streaming. I definitely would not buy the hard copy of this. Okay, it is not that good. It's just John Krasinski's attempt to be Steven Spielberg, and he completely slips on a banana peel. Okay, he completely falls down flat, kind of like what Spielberg did himself. Spielberg kind of lost his own Spielberg touch when he tried to do movies like War Horse or the BFG. Those movies just don't have the same magic that Spielberg had back in the 70s and the 80s and whatnot. So and so if he doesn't have the magic anymore, well, John Krasinski sure as hell isn't going to have the magic just by trying to impersonate Spielberg in this movie. All right. Okay, so let's do this here. I want to reward everybody that is in the live chat over there on Pilled. Okay, you guys are stand up people for being in the live chat and checking out the show. And so I want to reward you for doing that, for being over there for me by throwing some gold pills your way. And gold pills in the Pilled world equate to moolah, to dinero, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what we call releasing the scratching. And basically what that means is I'm going to release a bunch of gold pills. Just it's going to be like falling down like manna from heaven down to you. And then you got to get grabby. You got to get grabby. Okay, so no, not Donald Trump grabby, not Joe Biden grabby with like little girls and stuff like that. Not that kind of grabby. Not the kind of grabby that's going to get you thrown in jail if your name isn't Joe Biden or whatever. So, but all that to say is, yeah, get ready to grab some gold pills if you're in the live chat in Pilled in 3, 2, 1. All right, the scratching has been released over there on Pilled. enjoy. Don't ever say I didn't give you nothing. All right. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody once again for joining this episode here. And again, hey, go ahead and smack that like button down there. It's smack it, or it's just drop kick that sucker. And then also, while you're in the smacking buttons mood, it sounded kind of dirty. Go ahead and click on that subscriber follow button down there as well if you haven't already. And then hit the notification bell down there to get notifications of brand new, fresh, piping hot episodes of Movies Merica as well. And then again, follow me under the handle Movies Merica on X and Rumble and Gab and Pilled. Okay, I'm on Facebook as well. I'm on Instagram. And again, if you DM me on X and let me know, hey, I followed you on this platform and that platform, then I will follow you on those platforms as well. Okay, so yeah, I'm on all the platforms you can think of under Movies Merica. All right. Okay, so with that, everybody, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya.
Hey, everybody! Hey! I got the police after me. They're coming after me, okay? But I got just enough time to ask you. Just like this video, if you would, and then subscribe to this channel, okay? I'm gonna be in handcuffs pretty soon. I gotta tell you. Hey, so before they haul me off, make sure you watch these videos over here, okay? And thanks for watching this video and the Till Death Podcast Network, okay? I gotta go.